Hi. This is a short clip from the PowerWisdomLove.com video series that describes the out-of-body experience I had that not only changed my life forever, but which all the information in this video series is based upon. And so, here's a brief summary of what happened, what I saw, and why it has taken me 20 years to put it into words. I never intentionally planned on having an out-of-body experience, it just happened. But what I think caused it was an impassioned commitment I made to the universe about a month prior. I was unhappy in my career, I really wanted to work in the New Age spiritual industry in some form, but I didn't know what to do. And I'd read about this process, where if you want to help people, but you don't know which profession to choose, let the divine choose it for you, by making the statement, use me as a tool for healing. It basically means committing your life to helping others, in whatever way the divine knows you can best help people, and in a way that gives you the most joy. And so, I sat down on my bed, closed my eyes, calmed my mind, and with the most intent I can ever remember expressing in my entire life, I said out loud, several times, use me as a tool for healing. In fact, I put so much emotional intent behind that phrase, I was even a little bit nervous about how it would turn out. I was hoping it would turn out to be a career in hands-on energy healing, but the divine had other plans for me. My healing journey, as it turned out, was to be a communicator, healing people with a message, through books, workshops, and videos. And a month later, on the 11th day of the 11th month, at 11 a.m. the information I needed to do that was revealed to me in the most extraordinary out-of-body experience. I was sitting on the couch in front of the fire, minding my own business, just reading a book. The book was Book 3 in Neale Donald Walsch's 3-book trilogy, Conversations with God, which is the most amazing non-religious discussion about the divine I have ever read, and I'll leave a link to that book series in the description below. Something in that book did something to me, because all of a sudden, my mind left my body and ascended into the light. It was like 1 second, my mind was focused on reading a book, the next second, my mind was in the light, completely surrounded by light. I originally thought that light was the light of my soul, but it turns out it was a light-being version of my higher self, in a realm of light, somewhere just below my soul. But I didn't actually see a light being, or know at the time it was a light being. All I saw was light, and my first thought was, wow, everything really is made of light. I then reached out and touched that light, not with my hand because I didn't have a body at the time, but with my mind somehow, and as soon as I did, my mind joined the light. In that moment of oneness with the light, my mind suddenly knew everything I could possibly know about anything. It was like I had every question I had ever had answered in a split second, and believe me, I had a lot of questions. But I wasn't frantically trying to get those answers. They just came to me, because in that moment, I was the light, so I just knew what the light knew. And I wasn't even that fussed about knowing it, because when I was up there in the higher realms, all that knowledge is just normal common sense, so it just seemed normal to me. It was only after my out-of-body experience ended, when I returned back into my body, did my human mind down here get absolutely blown away by what I understood up there. I was only in the light for a split second, but it felt like it was about 5 or 10 minutes, because it's such a timeless experience in the light, and a single second can seem like minutes, hours, or even days. But eventually, something shifted my attention away from the light, and I found myself floating in space, looking down at planet Earth. It was there that I was shown behind the curtain of reality, and got to see the illusion of human life, and how it functions as an illusion, and why we come here in human form to live within that illusion. And something else was revealed to me about that illusion, that I have kept secret for 20 years. I have never spoken about it publicly, and can't even talk about it on this platform. And just as I was getting my head around all these revelations, all of a sudden, my out-of-body experience ended. My mind very abruptly returned back to my body sitting on the couch, where I left it, leaving me to come back to reality and deal with the above revelations. I must have sat on that couch, completely dumbfounded, for about an hour, trying to process what just happened. And as I sat there, dumbfoundedly processing it all those answers I received at the beginning of my out-of-body experience, began fading from my mind. My comparatively limited human mind simply couldn't process that much information all at once. I tried to think about those answers and remember them, but maybe 15 minutes after I got back, they had all but faded from my mind. But strangely, I wasn't worried about it, because I somehow knew those answers were still in my mind somewhere, and would resurface at a later date. And they did. Over the years, those answers have slowly re-emerged over time, at a level my mind can handle. That would certainly help explain the insights, or what I call downloads of information, that have mysteriously popped into my mind out of nowhere over the last 20 years, especially when I needed guidance or clarity about something I was trying to understand. But my out-of-body experience changed me forever. My life was never the same afterwards. I couldn't operate the same way I used to, nor could I even view life the same way I did. Consequently, 4 months after my out-of-body experience, I quit my career, moved to a new state, and started a whole new life. And it was from there that I embarked on a feral and fascinating spiritual quest to try and understand my out-of-body revelations, as well as all the other answers that were slowly beginning to re-emerge in my mind. I went deep into New Age and spiritual study. I couldn't get enough of it. I read the books, watched the videos, did the workshops, joined the groups, and bought the t-shirt, so to speak. I sought the company of every psychic, spiritual, New Age, starseed, healer, seeker, freaky person I could find, to see if they could answer my questions. I worked in the New Age industry, in various forms, eventually finding my niche as an alternative practitioner, all the while seeking whatever greater understandings my colleagues and clients could share with me. I even had the opportunity to spend some time in Asia, the United States, and Europe, where I spent most of my time visiting every indigenous and religious site I could find, to see if the energy of such holy places and relics held the answers I was seeking. But then one day, I decided to stop relying on the understanding of others, and instead go within, and try and get the answers myself. It was through my internal search for answers that I developed a strong relationship with my soul, who can now give me quite rudimentary but unmistakable yes or no answers to my questions, which I can then coddle together into a kind of conversation. That relationship with my soul eventually led me to my purpose, which is to share all this information with others, as the Power Wisdom Love video series. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this short video clip, and would like to watch the full version of this video, or the rest of our video series, visit our website at powerwisdomlove.com, or click on the link in the description or comments below. Otherwise, have a magnificently powerful, wise, loving day, and we'll see you in the next video.